Hi there, I'm Stacy Boris with Another Time Around, and I wanted to jump on and tell you that you're not alone. I too am procrastinating, so I hope you enjoyed your spring break with your kids. I know I did, but now I am in a little bit of a panic mode because I realized that drop-off is in just 10 days. So I thought I would jump on and tell you a couple of tips and tricks that have helped me get through things at the last minute, because I think it's human nature that we wait till the last minute. So first of all, I gather all the items from my kids' closets. Here I have some items from my little girl. It's all size 6 and she's growing up way too fast. But it's taken me 10 years to remember that most of my kids' clothes are already on hangers. So when I take them out for the sale, I used to take them off the hangers and then have to put them back on hangers later. So now I pull them with hangers on them, so that saves me a little bit of time, and I don't have to go back, and I just replace new hangers. So yes, everything does need to be on hangers. I know I get that question a lot. Even onesies, things, as a shopper, you know that things just sell better when you're able to see everything. So we ask that everything be on hangers. You can find them at Walmart, Target. Burlington Coat Factory has some. I think theirs are 12 for $1 versus 10 for $1. So they're fairly cheap. You can also ask the fitting room attendants at any of those stores. Sometimes they'll give you free hangers like this. So we're not picky about hangers. It just sells better if it's on hangers. The other question I get is which way the hanger should go. So if you're looking at the hanger, it should look like a question mark. That's the easiest way to remember. And then I like to put the tag, on the right hand sleeve or on the tag here, but I'll touch more on tagging in just a moment. So I have all my items pulled. I have them separated by gender. I have a girl and a boy, so I do them separate. And I have them by size, and then I make them into piles by price. So if I have a bunch of shirts, I may put those as, $3, or if I have a ton of dresses, it may be a $5 pile. If I have name brand items or items with tags, that might be a higher end item. So I separate them into piles, and then I get ready to input them in the system. So I wish I was super tech savvy and could do the whole split screen thing and show you as I'm telling you. So I hope that I'm just descriptive enough that you'll remember when you're in the system and it will all make sense to you. So when you go into the system though, there's several drop down boxes and check boxes. So the check boxes, I'll point on real fast. It's discount or donate, or both. If you discount items, that means it will be 50% off on Sunday. You don't have to discount items. Just know if you're really trying to declutter and earn some extra cash, it's the best way to make sure that that item, you get at least something for that item before it gets donated. So if you pick the donate button, it will automatically pick the discount button, because we want to make sure that we do every effort to try to get money in your pocket before it gets donated. So we do donate to Pinellas County foster and adoptive families. So it stays local and helps many families in the community. So if you do choose to donate, it's a great cause. Now, if you don't pick donate and you're going to pick up items and you do not make it there by Sunday at 5 o'clock, the item still gets donated. We don't have the space to hold on to the items. So at the end of the day on Sunday, anything that's left over gets donated. So if you are going to pick up, be diligent in looking for your items and making sure that your items are there. So once you have that all laid out and then you're putting it in the system, now I'm doing all girls clothing right now. So I would go to the category and pick girls clothing. That's going to stay that way the whole time that I'm putting in pricing. So if you switch over to boys or other categories, you will want to change that. But if you pick the girls clothing, and then if I have the higher ticket items like the name brands or items with tags on them, then I'm going to be really descriptive in the description box. So I can type in, Matilda Jane, or what, new with tags or whatever I want to. And the good thing about that too is if a tag gets misplaced or pulled off of an item, we can't sell the item if we don't know whose it is. So if the tag is descriptive enough, if this said sequins kitty shirt, then we would be able to put that tag back with that item knowing that that's the correct item. But there's a lot of people that choose to do the power tagging method, and that if you have a ton of clothes, let's say you have 10 t-shirts or 10 dresses, the easiest thing to do is the power tagger. So that's a drop down box at the bottom of all the info that you put in. And what you would do is, let's say you had 10 dresses and you wanted $5 for all those dresses. I would still put dress in the description box, and then I would put $5, and then I would pick 10 on the tagging drop down, and then I'd click enter. That's going to create 10 separate barcodes, tags for those items. So some people put all the items in and then price it later. I kind of try to do it in groups, so I try to do like all my girls' clothing and all my boys' clothing, just to maintain chaos, because if I have it all laid around, even in piles, after I input it in, someone's going to move that pile and I'm going to be lost. So once I input my items in, the tags are this size and they print 8 to a page. So I would go in and print my tags, and I will still do, if I have a lot of clothes, it's still going to be a lot of tags. So I use a paper cutter usually to cut them. With that, then all the tags get all out of sorts. So there's two ways you can put that back in order. One, if you did the power tagging and you just have piles of like the prices, then you can go $4 and just put them in piles like that. Or if you just did them all in order and you're very descriptive on your tags, then you can go on the item number. And if you just sit and put them in order from that, then when you go back to your piles, it's in that same order. So the item number goes in order from how you put them into the system. So, so that keeps that organized. And then you're ready to start tagging. So one of the things is you can use safety pins. I did for years. I had bloody fingers, and it definitely takes a lot of time if you have a lot of clothes. I prefer to use a tagging gun. We sell them, or you can buy them online. They range anywhere from like $6 to $10. It will save your fingertips and save you a lot of time. So, and you can use it for a lot of other things. Hopefully I'll do another small video on how you can use this to keep items together and whatnot. So, but right now for clothing, again, I like to go through a seam with the tagging gun or through the tag here. You see how it sits nicely, so when you're shopping the rack as a shopper, you can actually see the price. I do not go through the shoulder with safety pins. I know some people have been consigning with us a while. They do right here. With safety pins, it's not as bad. It's a smaller hole. You're usually using small safety pins. With the tag, it gets pulled on, and all of a sudden it starts making a little hole in the shirt. So we suggest going through a seam like the stores do, or the tag. And then once you have everything tagged, with the tagging gun, I wanted to tell you about shorts or pants or leggings or any other thing that doesn't normally go on a hanger. So a lot of people will hang items like this, whether it's with safety pins or with a tagging gun. You just go through the seam and it hangs like this. The problem with this is it can get lost on the rack. So if it's hanging on the rack and this gets shoved behind other clothes, it's hard to shop, nobody can find the item. So you will want to do it on the top of the hanger. Then this doesn't go anywhere. You can still tag through the seam on the right hand side, and it will be easy to shop. You can do this for, again, leggings. You can do this when you're doubling items. If you have like 2 onesies, you do that and then put it over the hanger, and it will hang on both sides and you can see what you're buying. So just remember that I know that you want the money for the items as well, but think of it as you being a shopper. Like how is it going to look to you, and what are you going to pay for that gently loved item for your child? So a lot of times we get emotionally attached to things. So I want you to get the most that you can for your items. So the other thing is, so when I have these in size, and if they're all tagged, then what I would do is rubber band these in a group. So then I would have my size already ready. So when you come to drop off, then the volunteer can just look through these. They're going to skim through and make sure, no stains or holes, and all the buttons and zippers are there. And then they're going to hand them to you, and you can just go place them in the right size on the hanger already. So it saves you time when you are gathering and tagging your items, but it also saves you time at drop off as well. And then if you're going to pick up, it's another thing. Bring your rubber bands with you. grab the items off of the rack. And, you know, we hope that everything sells, but we can't guarantee, you know, 100% of items selling. So if you do pick up your items for the next sale, you can just rubber band these together, go ahead and put them in your tote. Sometimes I put a dryer sheet in to keep it fresh. You don't want to put too many on top because you don't want all the items to be wrinkled. But if you know that you're going to do the fall sale, and sometimes things sell better in spring versus fall or vice versa, you can go ahead and pack it up that way, and then you're ready to go. You can just transfer those tags, and there's nothing you have to do with those items except to bring them to the next drop off. So I hope that that helps you with at least gathering and tagging your items. I know it can be a little overwhelming for clothes, but for some people that's the majority of their inventory, and I want to make sure that you can clean out your closets and get the most money in your pockets. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment on this video or ask the question in the group. I have to thank everyone in this consignment group that always is there to lend a helping hand, as we all are in the same boat waiting till the last minute to price everything. Just know, even if you just need a little support saying that you're in the weeds, definitely let us know and we can help keep you on track. And you can always message us. I'll make sure to answer any of your questions. So I'm really excited to see everybody in the next couple weeks.